It is Wednesday, the 28th of April. We are about to welcome May this weekend. I'm Austin Reed. Thanks for joining us on Central Valley Talk. We're live and local until right around 3:30 today. We've had a lot of guests already, and we thank you for watching. We're live right now on YouTube TV, Facebook, Instagram, and of course our home, CentralValleyTalk.com. Another beautiful day in the Tower District. You're looking at a live picture right outside our window here at Olive and Van Ness. Highs today right around 86, and then starting tomorrow and then the next day, we're going to see 90s. So get ready for hot weather. 96, I think it said, by Friday. Let me confirm that real quick. Let's see. Yeah, Friday, 96 and sunny. 93 tomorrow. So there we go. Our next guest joining us live in our Tower District studio today. Give it up for Linda Wilson, an author. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
So you have been on Central Valley Talk before.
Yes.
But you're back because we have some exciting things to talk about.
Yes.
Let's go from the beginning, though. Now, you're based in Fresno.
Yes, I am.
And how long have you been an author now?
Wow. A published author, I think since 2014. 15.
Okay, very good. And it all started with Chocolate is Better.
Yes, that was my first novel, Chocolate is Better.
And you've got it with us today.
Yes, I do.
So here's what the front of the book looks like.
Yes.
Beautiful.
This is Chocolate is Better.
How many pages?
It's probably about 382 pages in this novel. Yes.
And what's the storyline?
This storyline of Chocolate is Better. Can I just say something really quick before I get off into this?
Yeah.
I first want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because he's the one that gave me this vision, and since I was 10 years old. And then I want to thank California Advocate, because they have been following me as well as you, Central Valley Talk.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just put that in there and get started before I get started with this book, because, the Lord have a lot to do with my vision. And so this Chocolate's Better first novel is about 4 African-American girls. Now, this is their story. And they're trying to find out their identity of who they are. And then they go through finding out their identity, and they find out that this is not about anyone else. This doesn't impact anyone else. They started off, thinking that they had a problem because of the color of their skin, the culture of their hair. And they were always, sometime maybe picked on because of the culture of their hair. They was trying to understand why their hair wasn't straight or looked it like some of the other little girls at school. So they were identified. They kind of stuck out like a green thumb. And so the reason why I named it Chocolate is Better is because Chocolate is Better is a motivational tool. And one of my characters, I made her a character of being she's more motivated. Her name is Vern. And Vern has a stronger, she's secure in who she is. She loved her chocolate skin when she was little. She always looked in the mirror. She loved her eyes. She loved everything about her hands. She loved everything about herself. So she was able to motivate the other 3 characters in the book to let them know, that they were better than that. So they go through that journey of Vern motivating them so that they can know and be proud of who they were. So this is their childhood, and they grow up and they find out their identity, and they begin going on a journey, taking little steps at a time into a positive direction, is what I want to say on this journey. And even though they are moving in a positive direction and finding out their identity, and they're finding out it's not about the other cultures. It's not about them. It's about us. And it's just that they weren't educated on their hair. They weren't educated on the color of their skin. And what stopped them from being educated is because of the pain that they had to endure in that journey and finding out who they were. But they found out later, I don't want to tell you too much about the book, Chocolate is Better.
Yeah, you got to.
Novel, you got to get the book.
Got to get it.
But they do find out that it didn't impact, no one impact them. It was about them, embracing who they were. So they go through that journey, but as they're going through the journey and they're growing up and they're going into a more positive role in their childhood and in their life, they become Chocolate's Better Too. And here in Chocolate's Better Too, they become young adults and then they become adulthood women.
Right.
And in here, even though they are in a positive direction, they still have to take baby steps because of all of the pain, everything that they went through. So now they're facing relationships. They're facing jobs with these scars. They're facing, relationships and, maybe meeting someone in their lives. Young childhood is in here. And I basically put everything in this second novel that's basically going on here today with all of the things in society, whether it's drugs or being deceived or a marriage that didn't go so well, failed marriage, but everything I was able to impact in Chocolate is Better Too. And so, and I don't want to say too much, but we have some wonderful characters in here. And even the characters that you see on the cover of the book, I was able to visualize them in my writing, and I was able to, my artist was able to do a wonderful job in visualizing my characters. So I was able to get my characters as well.
Right.
And we also, in Chocolate's Better Too, we have some bad boys in here. And we also have a wonderful character in the book. His name is Raymond. And, because a lot of times we think that, all of the men are, a lot of times, I had a bad relationship, this and that. But in Chocolate is Better Too, we have some wonderful characters of men, because I truly believe that if there is some wonderful women, they are some wonderful men. So one of my characters, his name is Raymond, and he is wonderful. I get a lot of reviews on Raymond being that wonderful man in the book that's able to go through that storm with one of the characters that I cannot name at this time. But it's a wonderful book. It's awesome.
I'm going to have to read it for sure. It sounds great. By the way, at the beginning of the interview, I said Linda Wilson, but you are actually, your author, your pen name is Lynn Vern.
That's my ghost name.
That's your ghost name.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yes,
okay, now the newest edition, Dancing in the Midst of a Star?
Of the Storm.
Okay.
This is the new release.
Right. Oh, that's a new release.
Chocolate is Better Too.
Okay.
And then Dancing in the Midst of the Storm.
Of the Storm.
That's coming soon.
That's coming soon.
That's my new book coming soon.
There's the cover.
And
In the storm. Dancing in the Midst of the Storm. You were kind of telling me a little bit just before our interview what this is about, and this is a fascinating story.
This is a love story, and this is about me and my husband. He passed June the 5th, 2019, Kevin McDowell. And we promised each other that we would, as we went through that storm, I took care of my husband while he was ill for many years. And he always supported my writing and everything. And before he passed, I promised him, he said, Linda, will you write that story, our story? And I promised my husband that I would write that story. And so that's coming soon. And when he was sick and going through, we weren't miserable or depressed or anything. We were happy going through the storm of him being ill and us, being able to do all the things that I could do to keep my husband comfortable and to be there with him by his side. And so we laughed all the time. We laughed. And we did a lot of funny things together, and I motivated him through all the time and that he was ill. And I wrote this book not just based on just only a love story, but so that I could influence other people that are married or that are in relationships to stay with their spouse, even if they're ill, even if they gain weight or your income is not the same, but stay in that relationship. When you love someone, you don't leave them. You stay by their side. And so, and that's why we danced. We danced, and we named it together.
Right.
He, my husband and I both named it Dancing in the Midst of the Storm, because that's what we did. We laughed and we danced in that storm. And so it's a wonderful book. It'll be coming out soon.
Okay, great. I could see this turning into a movie.
That would be wonderful.
Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. And his name was Kevin?
His name is Kevin.
Kevin.
Yes.
Okay, rest in peace.
Such a wonderful, wonderful man of God. And the one of the characters in my book, in Chocolate is Better Too, I came up with a vision of Raymond because of my husband, because of having such a wonderful husband as Kevin, so supportive, so humble. And I thank God for letting me have that experience of having a husband, a good husband, a rooted man of God, so that I would be able to write about him, to be able to tell the world and let other spouses know they are good men out there. They're treasures, Yeah. And I thank God that I was able to experience that.
Right.
And so when I experienced that with my husband, I was able to use a character like Raymond in Chocolate is Better Too.
It's all coming around.
Yeah. And it was all planned, prearranged, ordained.
Yeah.
And let them know, that there are a lot of good men, and
we're running out of time. Where can people, what's the easiest way for them to get your books?
They can purchase the book on Amazon.
Okay.
It's at Barnes & Noble. They can purchase it at Walmart. There's a store in Fresno called Petunia. It's on, I can't think of the street.
That's okay.
But they can also get the book from my publishing company.
Okay.
They can also, Amazon would probably be the fastest way.
Right.
And Barnes & Noble. I know if you go to Barnes & Noble, you have to order the book first. But if you just go to Amazon and click in Lynn Vern, Arthur Lynn Vern, and Chocolate is Better, it'll pop up, and both of the books will pop up.
When Dancing in the Midst of a Storm comes out, can you come back on the show? We'll talk more about it.
My pleasure.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Lynn, good to meet you. Thank you for
too.
joining us today.
You
Appreciate
too.
it.
Thank you for having me.
Great stories. So,
Yes.
read her books, okay? We are going to take a quick break. I'm Austin Reed. You're watching Central Valley Talk.